Hello, this is Andy Kelly from CVG, and we're looking at Borderlands 2. The section we're seeing in this video, which was supplied by 2K, was the section I recently played at a hands-on event. They gave us two missions to play. This was the first of them, a level called the Wildlife Preserve, and I played it co-op because for most people this game is all about co-op, and they've made some really quite dramatic improvements since the original. The biggest thing is you might be able to tell by looking at the enemies. In the first game, enemy AI was kind of limited, and there wasn't much tactics involved in taking them out, with the exception of a few bigger enemies. In this, all the enemies have really sharpened AI. They're really aggressive. They work in packs. For example, like one type of enemy can set its underlings on fire, so you know it doubles their damage. So you want to take out the leader first. So all these tiny little tweaks make it feel much more dynamic. There's 4 new classes. There's the Gunzerker, which is one of the worst names ever, but his power is that he can temporarily dual wield weapons, which has obvious benefits. There's a Siren who can trap enemies in like a sort of bubble called a phase lock, so that's kind of like MMO style crowd control. There's an Assassin who's like a sniper and good at sort of critical damage, and there is a Commando, which is like the soldier from the first game. So yeah, these robot guys, showing off the sort of new enemy abilities. These guys can spin sort of blades in front of them to deflect your bullets, so you have to get maybe another one of your co-op partners to go around the side and knock them off. So the weapon generation system has been improved as well, and you'll get a lot more interesting combinations. It won't just be like gun that sets man on fire, gun that freezes man. They'll have sort of more unique abilities. There's a new ability called slagging, which I don't think any British people will appreciate the humour in that. And that actually reduces enemies' strength and health, like a debuff in an MMO. So they've taken lots of stuff from the massively multiplayer genre and stuck it in a really competent, really fun co-op shooter, and it works really well. Other big improvements are there's vehicles that don't handle like they're driving on ice, which is good, so they fixed that. There's very few loading breaks between areas, so you can do like a whole uninterrupted journey from like one end of the map to the other. There are the quest structure itself. It's not just fetch and carry quests like in the first game. It was like go here, kill this guy, find arbitrary item and return it. In this, there's like a story to follow. There's branching paths, so you can make decisions. Sometimes stories will be unpredictable and you'll end up in another set of missions. So it's all been designed to make the co-op experience better. And the guys from Gearbox told me that they want to make it much better for solo players as well. According to their stats, it was a pretty even split between people who played the original in co-op and people who played it in single player. So they're catering to both sides, which is really good. The first Borderlands always felt like a really sort of brave experiment and a sort of kind of enticing look at a really good co-op sort of MMO style shooter, but it never quite lived up to it. But this seems like they've really taken on board the criticism and brought it to life, and they've probably got a bigger budget for it. It really feels more polished, and yeah, it feels like the game that Borderlands always should have been.
Killed my shield!